right now on the phone line, we are joined by Colonel Rohit Dev. Colonel Dev, you just heard the statement that Rahul Gandhi made, ridiculing the Agnipath scheme, ridiculing the kind of benefits he has, the 4 years of service to the nation. Your response?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can.
Are you asking me? Okay, right. So I just heard that clip which your channel has sent to me, and I believe it is very unfortunate that people of this stature and holding responsibility as a parliamentarian are making such loose and irresponsible comments. I'm quite sure, as a member of the Committee on Defence Matters and also MP and also as a budding star, walking the streets of India, this person knows that what the government is doing in the backdrop. I'm very hopeful that he's aware of the letter which was taken out when the planning for Agniveers was done, in which more than 18 departments were directly addressed. Just to give you an example, the Railway Ministry, the Home Ministry, the Aviation Ministry, the Shipping Ministry, they all have been given guidelines to incorporate how should they absorb the Agniveers. The Ministry of Finance has been given directions of how to include them, how a 4-year age relaxation will be given to the Agniveers when they come out, how the absorption will take place of 25% minimum by the armed forces and balance will go into various sectors. He's also aware of the buzz created by the corporate sector to say that, you're getting district force and how useful they are. Now, to make a comment like that, that they will be used for 4 years and thrown onto the street, I think it is absolutely childish. It is, chiding the policy making of this country and the future. Today, the country is is nearly at the all-time low of people being jobless. The figures are very high. The population is increasing exponentially. When people are not getting jobs, this person wants to say that if you're getting an opportunity to make your life and earn money and respect and skill sets, you should not go for it. I mean, in the CV street, people change jobs every 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. They are in demand in the CV street. There are news channel people you will understand and appreciate who change channels, right, with opportunities. So is this person does not know how jobs function, how structured jobs, unstructured jobs function in the country. And to come on air and have balloons behind you and talk this kind of a nonsensical thing, I think it is very jarring, because this shows that some component of the polity of this country does not know what is being created for the future for this country. They don't know how to debate, they don't know how to analyze, but they will shoot their mouth off at the first irresponsible moment they can have, and try to demean and belittle the efforts being made to carry the country ahead. So I am quite appalled as a military person at how come this person is commenting on a military policy where the military itself has, taken this up and it has been, structured and executed and rolled out. Yes, there will be some, inhibitions. There will be some kind of lessons learned in 2-3 years. It will be structured.
Right.
What do you mean by saying कि 6 महीने training करके बंदूक दे देंगे? I mean, we are not talking about some God-forsaken bloody army. We are talking about the Indian army. We know how to train our people and how to execute our operations. So what is this man saying? I'm quite appalled. I mean, this
exactly, sir.
Across the street,
absolutely
the country
right.
Has shivered.
Absolutely right. It's not just running down a scheme. It's also trying to provoke the government, but it's also make provocative statements about the government. It's also about running down the army, the navy, and the air force as well. Many thanks, Colonel Rohit Dev, for sharing your thoughts with us. Joining us now is Brigadier Hemant Mahajan as well. Sir, you just heard Rahul Gandhi saying that this is new India, bringing down the Agnipath scheme, saying that the Narendra Modi government wants to do away with pension, and that is why they've brought in, ridiculing the kind of benefits that Agnipath has, bringing down the morale of the young people who would like to go in for the kind of training and the kind of benefits that it would offer. Your response?
What Mr. Rahul Gandhi is saying is completely wrong. What he must understand is that there are two important issues. First is the soldiers' age has to be kept young, because younger the soldier, physically he is better off to fight in the high altitude areas and in various difficult areas where they have to serve anti-terrorist operations in the northeast, anti-terrorist operations in Kashmir, etc. So younger people definitely perform better, because physical aspects are very, very important, and younger you are, the more stronger, the more tougher, the more flexible, the more quicker you are. So that one aspect, keeping army young is a very important aspect, and that was why even earlier also Jawans were retired at the age of just about 35, 18 years. They used to get recruited, and 35 they were out of service also. So with Agniveers, they will still be younger, and obviously our response to any operational situation will be much better because of younger people. That is number one. And younger people also take a lot of, they're also not worried too much about their families, etc. So as a quality of, purely as a quality of soldier, it definitely helps. Second issue that we have to understand is that the technology is changing at a very, very fast speed. And it is generally accepted that younger people understand technology much better. Today, the senior lot don't even want to touch a smartphone or a smart mobile or other things, and they are not using the technology to the fullest possible capability. While even a child of 14, 15, 16 also is using technology to the maximum. And technology is a big driver. Ukraine war has told you that all kinds of technology in surveillance and all other fields are being used, and younger soldiers will be more quicker on the uptake as far as technology is concerned. So that is the second issue. Third is, what you have to understand is that this decision has been taken by the uniformed community. No chief of army staff or chief of defense staff would want to weaken his army. I mean, he would be most foolish if he would ever do it, because after all, at the end of the day, he has to fight. So they have taken a very considered decision, and when you take any decision, there are always pros and cons. So they weighed out, and they feel that the advantages are much more than disadvantages, if there are any.
Clearly, sir, a very considered decision, and thinking of taking into consideration many factors. But now we hear Rahul Gandhi during his Bharat Jodo Yatra in Uttar Pradesh running down the entire scheme. As we just heard Brigadier Hemant Mahajan saying, the scheme is such because it suits the purpose not just of the armed forces, but it also provides youngsters an opportunity for the best in training and then to start afresh with resources independently as and when they wish to. Well, many thanks for joining us.